If I told you that you can have $10,000 saved by the end of this year if you follow these steps, would you listen to what I have to say? Let me know because I don't want to waste my breath. Okay, if you say so.
That money does not belong to you, it belongs to your future self.
You got homework, okay? We're running a very strict program this year.
So slow contribution is still contribution. Do not give up. You got this.
I saved $10,000 in 2024, and I'm currently in the process of saving $20,000. So if you follow these tips, trust me, you're gonna have some money in the bank. I'll be honest, it took me about 1.5 to 2 years to save this money because I was unemployed majority of that time. But the point is, I still got it done. No excuses at all. And so if you have bills, if you have kids, if you are in college and you don't make a lot of money, if you have debt, you can still get this done. I promise you, but you have to follow my steps. That's the one rule. I'm going to show you 2 methods to save $10,000. It's really the same method, but 2 different ways of doing it. So let's just get right into it.
Let me go ahead and put my glasses on so you know I mean business. Let's get started. Now, I have posted this video previously, but in case you missed it, here it is again, and I'm going to explain it a lot better. And again, now there's a second method to doing this system. So here's what you're gonna need. Go to Google, type in 100 envelope challenge. I'll leave a link to one of the sheets in the description box so you have no excuses on you couldn't find it or it was too hard. Don't wanna hear that. But anyways, you're gonna print one of these out. It just says 100 envelope challenge and it has 100 envelopes on here. You're gonna go to your local Target or Staples or order 100 envelopes on Amazon. And that's it. That's all you need. There's so many different 100 envelope challenges out there. I feel like mine is the most realistic and practical. With your 100 envelopes, you're going to number each envelope 1 through 100. So envelope 1 is gonna have a 1 on it. Envelope 2, you're gonna write 2, so on and so forth, all the way to envelope number 100, you're going to write 100 on the envelope. Okay, that's step 1. Now we're going to stuff the envelopes. So on envelope number 1, you could put $1. Let me actually write this down so you guys can really get what I'm saying. So on envelope number 1, you could put $1. Can you see the 1? You could put $1, but that's playing it small. So whatever number is on the envelope, you're going to multiply it by 2. So in envelope number 1, I'm going to put $2 instead of just $1. Right? In envelope number 2, I'm going to put $4. So whatever number is on the envelope, you're going to multiply by 2, and that's the amount of money you're going to stuff in the envelope. And obviously, in envelope number 100, you're going to put $200. So the most you ever have to put into an envelope is $200. So if you want to take your sweet time to do this, that's perfectly fine. There's 100 envelopes, and there's 52 weeks in a year. So you could stuff 1 envelope a week, and that would take you 100 weeks, essentially about 2 years. But if that's too long for you, what you're going to do is double up and stuff 2 envelopes a week. Are we following? Because when I explained this the first time, a lot of people didn't catch that. It's 100 envelopes and we are stuffing 2 envelopes a week. So that's basically 50 weeks, which is basically a year. If you follow this process, you will have $10,000 in a year. Now, this is the fun part. Every time you stuff an envelope, you're going to highlight it on your 100 envelope challenge sheet. So once I stuff envelope number 1, I'm going to highlight it here. And so you're going to track your progress in that way. So each week, as you stuff an envelope, you're going to see that you're getting closer to your $10,000 goal, and that's going to motivate you a lot. Trust me, this sheet is essential. And if you don't want to print this sheet out, you can download the 100 envelope challenge sheet to your iPad or to your iPhone, and you can use the markup feature to highlight your envelopes that way. Now, I know you're thinking, what if I don't get paid every week? So let's do some basic math, right? We need to make sure that 2 envelopes are being stuffed a week. If you get paid bi-weekly, then you're going to stuff 4 envelopes every time you get paid. If you get paid once a month, you're going to stuff 8 envelopes each time you get paid. And it sounds like a lot. It does sound like a lot, but you have to understand that the first couple of envelopes, like the first few rows, is really not that much. Like the first one's gonna be $2 and then $4, $8. $10, that's not that much. You can honestly probably stuff the first 2 rows of envelopes with like 1 check and still have money left over. I know what else you're thinking. That means you have to get cash to stuff these envelopes, and that's correct. This is what I did. This is what worked for me. This is how I saved $10,000. I'm telling you, if you follow this, you're going to have $10,000. I promise you. So yes, you do have to go get cash. So every single time I got paid, I went to get cash out the bank and I got the exact number that I needed to fill the envelope. You can ask them for change. You can ask them for singles. You can take out singles at most banks. That should not be a problem. I don't want to hear any excuses. So if I needed to stuff $74 into an envelope, I was getting $74 cash down to the singles. You have to be kind of meticulous with this so that it actually adds up to $10,000 in the time frame that we want. So that's the first method. That's pretty much the old school way of doing it. That's how I did it. I had $10,000 cash in my hand after about 1.5 to 2 years because, like I said, I was unemployed, so it took me a while. But I will say, going into the bank with $10,000 cash to make a deposit, it definitely causes a lot of attention, unwanted attention, and that's why I'm doing method 2 this time around because, like I said, I'm currently in the process of saving $20,000. Okay. So for the second method, it's basically the same exact thing. We're still gonna print out the sheet or download the sheet, but we don't need the envelopes. So what we're gonna do instead is we're going to transfer the money to our high yield savings account. Very specifically needs to be a high yield savings account because that's what's gonna help our money grow even faster. So you're still gonna stuff 2 envelopes a week or 4 envelopes every 2 weeks or 8 envelopes every month, depending on how frequently you get paid. Now, when I saved my first $10,000, I put it directly into a high yield savings account, and the interest payments, were hitting, let me tell you. I was getting anywhere between $40 and $50 in interest payments every single month. Right? It adds up. So my first year having $10,000 in a high yield savings account, I made over $500 in interest. It was crazy. So that's what makes me now just put my money directly into a high yield savings account so that I can capitalize on that free interest a lot faster, and this will speed up your savings process. And if you need to know what high yield savings account to use, I have 2 separate videos on the top high yield savings accounts at the time of the recordings, which for the most part is pretty much the same accounts that are available now. I will be posting an updated video with a new list of high yield savings accounts for 2026. Like I said, it'll probably be similar to the last list, but those videos will be linked up here, and I will also link them down in the description box so that you can know which accounts I think are the best. I will say interest rates have gone down since the time of those first recordings, which is why I'm going to do an updated video, which will likely be after this one. And if you need a broken down video on what a high yield savings account is and how it works, let me know because I can do like a beginner friendly video as well. So you're still going to be stuffing the same envelopes, the same amount, but you're going to be doing it digitally, can't speak. You're going to be doing it digitally instead. That's the way that I recommend it. But at the same time, I feel like you should still do the method 1. And just because it's a different feeling when you see $10,000 in your hands and knowing that you worked for it and knowing that you saved it. Now let's talk about the mindset for saving money. The mindset that's actually going to help you save the money. You have to understand that this is money that you do not touch under any circumstances. So when you have it in your envelope, in your physical envelopes, if you're doing method 1, you cannot dip into it for anything. It's not an emergency fund. It's not a, oh snap, I need money for this. Let me scramble. Let me go into my envelopes. No, that's the whole point of the envelope system, is that once it's stuck in there, it's out of sight, out of mind. And that's also why we track it on this sheet, because once you highlight it on this sheet, like, what are you gonna do? Print out a new sheet and then like act like it wasn't highlighted? Are you going to X out the highlighted envelope? No. Once it's highlighted, it's reps, okay? That money does not belong to you. It belongs to your future self. And that's kind of why I like the high yield savings account method a little bit more, because once it's in your high yield savings account, not to say that you can't transfer it back, but it does take a few business days for those transfers to fully process. So it makes it a lot harder for you to touch that money in a sense. But when I first did this challenge, I lost my job. There was times when family emergencies came up, like things with my car happened. Not once did I dip into the savings, and this is how I save the money. Because if you dip into your savings every time you are inconvenienced in life or something pops up, you're never going to save the money, because things are going to pop up. It's inevitable. This year, there's going to be things that surprise you. There's going to be things that come through as emergencies, but you cannot... I cannot stress this enough. Like, you cannot dip into that money. If you dip into that money, it's not going to work. We create a separate fund called an emergency fund for actual emergencies. And that's the fund that you dip into when things hit the fan versus your savings. The savings do not get touched. Are we clear? Okay. So I know this video is about saving $10,000 by the end of this year, or saving it in a year in general, but don't get caught up on the timeline. Like I said, first time I did this, it took me 1.5 to 2 years because things happened. I lost my job. And so I kind of had to put a pause on saving. Not once did I dip into my savings, but I might have taken a few months from contributing to my savings, which is fine. If you make a pretty average salary like me, I made an average salary and I still got this done, you can still do it, but take your time. If you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck right now, just pace yourself. You can also contribute to the envelopes in sections, so to speak. So like, for instance, there's times when I had to stuff, like, let's see, envelope 77 for instance, but I only had $10 that I can put into it. So I would just write $10, like I would write it on the circle, like $10, and I wouldn't highlight it until I was able to put the full amount, but I was still contributing. So slow contribution is still contribution. Do not give up. You got this. Maybe it doesn't take you a year. Maybe it takes you 1.5 years. Maybe it takes you 2 years, 3 years, but the point is you're going to hit it. If you follow this system, you're going to hit the $10,000. I promise. Also, tax season is coming up. This video is very timely because I know you're about to get a tax refund, even if it's a few $100s, a few $1,000s. Let's take advantage of that money, that lump sum of money, and let's put half of it towards our savings. This is my rule of thumb. Anytime I get a lump sum of money that is unexpected or isn't from my check that I get every 2 weeks, I put half of it towards my savings, because I'm not going to act like I'm going to save the whole thing, because, you know, there's stuff that I want. I would love to treat myself, but I'm also not going to splurge that whole lump sum of money. I'm going to use half of it towards something I want, whether it's a shopping spree, whether it's vacation or whatever else, something I've been eyeing. And then the other half I'm going to use to save. So let's say you got $1,000 for your tax return. 500 is towards something fun, and 500 is towards this savings challenge. Do you know how many envelopes you can stuff with $500? You could stuff the first couple of rows with $500. Or you can start on the lower rows and start to fill up some of these higher envelopes, which are going to be closer to the $200 range. Bonus season is also coming up. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to get a jump start on this savings goal, because I'm telling you, once you start to see that your sheet is filling up, it's going to make you feel so motivated, and it's going to increase your financial confidence by a lot. Like I said, I'm on my second one, and this is taking me longer than a year, I'll be honest, but you see the progress. You see the progress. We don't have far to go. So if you can save $10,000, you can save $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. It all starts with that first move and having a system that is effective, that works. And I'm telling you, that's the case with this 100 envelope challenge. Doing it this specific way for me has worked wonders. As we're closing out, let me tell you something.
You got homework, okay? We're running a very strict program this year.
Your homework assignment is very simple. First thing you need to do is you need to either print or download this sheet. This 100 envelope challenge sheet, you need to print or download it. Second part of your homework assignment, you need to stuff one envelope. That's it, just one envelope. Don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about stuffing two this week. Just stuff one singular envelope. That could be envelope number 1, which is $2. I know you have $2 to stuff this envelope. You're either going to stuff it into an envelope, or you're going to transfer it to your high-yield savings account. Or if you only have a regular savings account, that's fine too. And the third part of your homework assignment is to highlight it off on your sheet. Do that and see how good you feel about yourself. Extra credit. If you stuff the first 5 envelopes, which is $55, I'll give you extra credit. Yup. Extra credit. If you stuff the first row of envelopes, which is $110, you might win a prize. You might win a prize. I don't know. But remember, once it's in there, you do not touch it under any circumstances. And that pretty much concludes today's video. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know if you're going to start this 100 envelope challenge. Let me know if you're looking at a different challenge or what your savings goals are for the year, because I love chatting with you guys. And let's talk money. Let's talk business. Like I said, we're running a very strict program this year. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.